easier. Money can help us buy food, pay rent, travel, and feel more secure. Financial stability reduces stress, but money alone does not guarantee happiness. We can see many rich people who still feel lonely, stressed, or unhappy. After basic needs are met, more money does not always create more happiness. Why? Because happiness is not only about comfort. It is also about relationships, meaning, health, and inner peace. If someone is rich but has no strong relationships or no purpose, they may still feel empty inside. Another common myth is, "I will be happy when I get married." Many people believe that marriage or a relationship will automatically solve their emotional problems. They think that one person will complete them and make them happy forever. But this is not realistic. A relationship can bring joy, love, and support. It can increase happiness, but it cannot fix everything inside us. If someone feels unhappy and insecure before marriage, those feelings may still exist after marriage. A healthy relationship is built by two emotionally stable people. Marriage can add happiness, but it is not a magic solution. The third myth is, successful people are always happy. When we look at successful people, we see their achievements. We see their awards, money, fame, or power. From outside, their life looks perfect. But success does not remove stress, fear, or personal struggles. Successful people also face pressure. They also experience anxiety and disappointment. Sometimes success even creates new problems, more responsibility, more expectations, more public attention. So success can bring satisfaction, but it does not guarantee permanent happiness. Happiness depends on how a person manages their mind, not only on what they achieve. Another very common myth is, happiness means no problems. Many people think that happy people have easy lives. They believe that if someone is truly happy, they never feel sad, angry, or stressed. But this is not true. Every human being has problems. Every person feels negative emotions sometimes. Happiness does not mean the absence of problems. It means the ability to deal with problems in a healthy way. A happy person can still have difficult days. They can feel sad, but they do not lose hope. They do not believe that bad moments define their whole life. They understand that emotions change. One important reason these myths are strong is because of social media and movies. We usually see only the best moments of other people's lives. We see weddings, vacations, promotions, and smiling faces. We do not see arguments, fears, or quiet struggles. This creates an unrealistic picture of happiness. When we believe these myths, we postpone our happiness. We say, "I will be happy later. Later when I earn more. Later when I marry. Later when I become successful." But life is happening now. If we always wait for the future, we miss the present. The truth is simple. Money helps, but it is not everything. Marriage can bring joy, but it is not a guarantee. Success feels good, but it does not remove all stress. And happiness does not mean a problem-free life. Real happiness is more balanced. It includes good moments and bad moments. It includes effort and acceptance. It includes growth and gratitude. When we stop believing these myths, we stop chasing a perfect future. Instead, we start building small daily habits that create real and lasting happiness. Understanding these myths gives us freedom. It helps us focus on what truly matters. And that is a very powerful step in understanding the psychology of happiness. The psychology habits of happy people. Now let us move to one of the most important parts of our episode. We have talked about what happiness is, how the brain works, and the myths people believe. But now the big question is this: what do happy people actually do? What are their habits? Happiness is not only a feeling, it is also a practice. It is something we build with small actions every day. The first habit is gratitude. Gratitude means being thankful for what you have. It sounds simple, but it is very powerful. Our brain naturally focuses on problems. It notices what is missing, but gratitude trains the brain to notice what is already good. When you say thank you for small things, your mind slowly changes. For example, instead of thinking, "My life is difficult," you can also say, "I am thankful that I have food, a place to live, and people who care about me." Both sentences may be true, but the second sentence creates a different feeling. It creates calmness and appreciation. Let us practice a simple sentence together. You can repeat after me if you want. Today, I am grateful for one small good thing in my life. Say it slowly. Feel it. This kind of sentence may look small, but if you repeat it every day, your brain starts to search for good things automatically. The second habit is building strong relationships. Humans are social beings. We are not designed to live completely alone. Connection makes us feel safe and understood. When we talk to someone who listens to us, our stress becomes lower. When we share laughter with a friend, our mood improves. Strong relationships do not mean having many friends. It means having a few people you trust, people you can talk to honestly. Psychology shows that people with strong relationships live longer and feel happier. Why? Because connection gives emotional support. When life becomes difficult, you do not feel alone. The third habit is having a growth mindset. A growth mindset means believing that you can improve. It means understanding that skills are not fixed. You can learn. You can grow. You can become better with effort. For example, if you say, "My English is bad, and I will never improve," this is a fixed mindset. But if you say, "My English is not strong yet, but I can improve with practice," this is a growth mindset. This small change in thinking creates hope. And hope is connected to happiness. When you believe you can grow, you feel motivated instead of helpless. Learning new things also keeps the brain active. It gives you a sense of progress. Even small improvements make you feel proud. Growth creates long-term satisfaction. The fourth habit is helping others. When we help someone, we feel good inside. This is not just emotional. It is biological. When you help, your brain releases positive chemicals. You feel warmth and connection. Giving creates meaning. Helping does not need to be something big. You can listen to a friend. You can share knowledge. You can support someone with kind words. These small actions build deep happiness. When you give, you feel valuable. You feel that your life has purpose. The fifth habit is self-acceptance. This is very important. Many people are too hard on themselves. They compare themselves to others. They focus only on their weaknesses. But happy people accept that they are not perfect. They understand that everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Self-acceptance does not mean you stop improving. It means you accept who you are while you grow. You say, "I am not perfect, but I am still worthy." This reduces inner stress. When you stop fighting yourself, you feel more peaceful. Perfection does not exist. Every person makes mistakes. Every person has fears. When you accept this truth, you become kinder to yourself. And when you are kind to yourself, you can also be kind to others. If we look at these habits together, we see something interesting. None of them require a lot of money. None of them require fame. They are simple actions: gratitude, connection, growth, helping, and self-acceptance. These habits slowly change how your brain thinks and feels. Happiness is not something we find one day and keep forever. It is something we practice. It grows when we focus on good things. It grows when we build strong connections. It grows when we believe in improvement. It grows when we give. And it grows when we accept ourselves as human beings. If you want to become happier, you do not need to change your whole life in one day. Start with one small habit. Maybe tonight, write one thing you are grateful for. Maybe tomorrow, send a kind message to someone. Small steps create big changes over time. And this is one of the most powerful lessons in the psychology of happiness. Why we sometimes feel unhappy. Now let us talk about something very real and very honest. If happiness is possible, then why do we sometimes feel unhappy? Why do we feel stressed, jealous, or empty, even when our life looks okay from the outside? This part is important because it makes our discussion realistic. No one feels happy all the time. Understanding why we feel unhappy helps us manage it better. One big reason is comparison with others. We often compare our life to someone else's life. We compare our job, our income, our appearance, our relationships, and even our progress. For example, you may feel good about your English level, but then you meet someone who speaks better than you. Suddenly, you feel small or disappointed. Nothing changed about your skills, but your comparison changed your emotions. Comparison can remove joy very quickly. Instead of focusing on your own growth, you start focusing on someone else's success. You forget your own progress. This habit creates pressure and reduces happiness. It makes you feel that you are always behind. Social media makes comparison even stronger. On social media, people usually show their best moments. They post pictures of vacations, celebrations, achievements, and smiling faces. We do not see their problems, arguments, stress, or failures. So when we scroll through social media, we see a perfect life again and again. For example, you may be sitting at home on a normal day. You open your phone and see someone traveling to a beautiful place. Another person just got a promotion. Another person is getting married. Slowly, you may feel that your life is boring or slow. But the truth is, you are only seeing small highlights of their life. You are not seeing the full story. Another reason we feel unhappy is high expectations. Sometimes we expect too much from ourselves, from others, or from life. We want fast success. We want perfect relationships. We want everything to go according to our plan. When reality does not match our expectations, we feel disappointed. For example, you may think, by this age, I should already be very successful. Or, my partner should understand me perfectly. Or, I should never make mistakes. These expectations create pressure. When something goes wrong, instead of accepting it as normal, we feel like failures. Negative thinking is another powerful reason for unhappiness. Our brain, as we discussed before, focuses more on problems. Sometimes we repeat negative thoughts again and again. For example, you make one small mistake at work. Instead of thinking, it was just one mistake, you may think, I am not good enough. I always fail. One small event becomes a big negative story in your mind. Negative thinking can become a habit. If you always look at what is wrong, you train your brain to see problems everywhere. Even when good things happen, you may ignore them. This creates a dark emotional atmosphere inside you. Overthinking is also very common. Overthinking means thinking too much about a problem without finding a solution. You repeat the same situation in your mind again and again. For example, maybe someone said something that hurt you. Instead of letting it go, you replay the conversation many times. You imagine different answers. You imagine worst-case situations. This creates stress and anxiety. Overthinking usually does not solve the problem. It only makes the emotion stronger. The more you think about it, the more painful it feels. This can reduce happiness even when the problem is small. It is important to understand that these experiences are normal. Comparison, Social media influence, high expectations, negative thinking, and overthinking are common human habits. You are not weak if you experience them. You are human. The key is awareness. When you notice that you are comparing yourself, you can gently remind yourself to focus on your own journey. When social media makes you feel bad, you can take a break. When your expectations are too high, you can make them more realistic. When negative thoughts come, you can question them. When you overthink, you can shift your attention to action. Unhappiness is not a permanent state. It is often a signal. It tells you that something in your thinking or behavior needs attention. When you understand the reasons behind it, you gain power. And when you gain awareness, you move one step closer to building real and balanced happiness. Practical steps to build happiness. Now let us move to something very practical. We have talked about psychology, the brain, habits, and reasons for unhappiness. But now the important question is this: what can we actually do every day to build happiness? Happiness is not only a theory. It is built through small daily actions. The good news is that these actions are simple. You do not need a lot of money or special skills. You only need consistency. The first simple step is to write 3 good things every day. This may sound small, but it is very powerful. Every night before you sleep, take a notebook or use your phone. Write 3 good things that happened during the day. They do not need to be big things. Maybe you had a nice cup of tea. Maybe someone smiled at you. Maybe you finished a small task. When you write these things, you train your brain to notice positive moments. Remember, the brain naturally focuses on problems. This exercise changes that habit. Over time, you will start seeing good things more easily. The second step is to talk to at least one person daily. Human connection is very important for happiness. You do not need long conversations. Even a short message or a small call can make a difference. You can ask someone how their day was. You can share a small story about your day. When you connect with others, you feel less alone. You also create emotional support. If you are shy, start small. Send a kind message. Say thank you. Smile at someone. These small social actions improve your mood slowly. The third step is to exercise for at least 15 minutes. You do not need to go to the gym for 2 hours. Just move your body. You can walk, stretch, do simple home exercises, or even dance in your room. When you move your body, your brain releases chemicals that improve your mood. Exercise reduces stress and increases energy. Many people say they do not feel motivated to exercise, but often motivation comes after action. Start with 5 minutes, then increase to 15. You will notice a difference in how you feel. The fourth step is to reduce phone time. This is very important in modern life. Many of us spend hours scrolling on social media. Too much phone time increases comparison and reduces focus. It can also increase anxiety. Try to set simple limits. For example, no phone for the first 30 minutes after waking up, or no phone 30 minutes before sleep. You can also remove unnecessary notifications. When you reduce phone time, you create space for real life, real conversations, and real rest. The fifth step is to practice deep breathing. This is simple but powerful. When you feel stressed or overwhelmed, stop for 1 minute. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Hold it for a few seconds. Then slowly breathe out through your mouth. Do this 5 times. Deep breathing calms your nervous system. It sends a signal to your brain that you are safe. This reduces anxiety and brings mental clarity. You can practice this anywhere, at work, at home, or before sleep. Now, let us see how these steps work together. Writing 3 good things changes your focus. Talking to one person builds connection. Exercising improves your body and mood. Reducing phone time protects your mental energy. Deep breathing calms your mind. None of these steps are difficult, but when you repeat them daily, they create strong positive habits. The key word here is consistency. Do not expect a big emotional change in one day. Happiness grows slowly. Just like learning English, improvement takes time. Small daily practice brings big results in the long term. You do not need to do all 5 steps perfectly from the first day. Choose 1 or 2. Start small. Be patient with yourself. Remember, happiness is not about perfection. It is about progress. When you take small actions every day, you are building a stronger and more peaceful life step by step. And that is how real happiness grows. Reflection. Questions for you. Now, before we move toward the closing of this episode, I want you to slow down for a moment. This part is very important. Listening is good, but reflection is powerful. When you reflect, you connect the ideas to your own life. So if possible, pause your other activities. Sit comfortably. Take a slow breath. And really think about the following questions. First question: what truly makes you happy? Not what looks impressive, not what makes others proud, but what genuinely makes your heart feel light. Is it spending time with family? Is it learning something new? Is it quiet time alone? Take a few seconds. Think about real moments from your life. Moments when you felt calm and satisfied, not just excited. Pause. Second question: when do you feel peaceful? Peace is different from excitement. Peace is quiet. It is stable. It may happen when you are walking alone, praying, reading, or talking to someone you trust. Try to remember the last time you felt deep peace inside. What were you doing? Who was with you? Understanding this helps you create more of these moments. Pause. Third question: who makes you feel supported? Think about the people in your life. Is there someone who listens to you without judging you? Someone who encourages you? Someone who believes in you?